Hello, friends, and welcome back to Civics Minute. Who's actually responsible for tariffs? Who's in charge of tariff policy? Believe it or not, the answers here are closely linked. Because see, according to the Constitution, right, Congress has ultimate authority over both financial and trade policy and international relations alike. And tariffs, seeing as how they regulate trade agreements with other countries and the domestic economy, count as both. So Congress reserves the ultimate constitutional authority over tariffs and any form of taxation on internal or external commerce within the U.S. But starting back in 1934, Congress began delegating that power to the executive branch with a series of laws passed, as I said, the first one in 1934, another in the 1960s, and another really significant one in 1974, all intended to give the president broad discretional authority to negotiate on behalf of Congress with other countries with very specific goals in mind. In all three cases, the law passed in the 30s, the law passed in the 60s, and finally the Trade Act of 1974, the goal was for the president to be given the authority to really quickly conduct negotiations with other countries to lower those massive tariff barriers that were created as recently as 1930, to lower them, to eliminate barriers to trade between countries, and hopefully to reduce prices for Americans and American producers, which generally paid off really rather well over the course of the 20th century. It's worth noting, right, that in each case, the president is not given complete and total authority over tariffs. The president cannot create or impose tariffs on their own. They cannot end or reduce tariffs that are already in place. No, they can't do either of those things. Instead, the authority given to the president is to negotiate, as I said, on behalf of Congress, even making deals all on their own as recently as 1974's Trade Act, but with Congress always reserving the authority to supervise, to interject, and to alter the agreements that the president creates with other heads of state or legislatures, or throw them out entirely. So ultimately, in the United States, power over tariffs and taxation rests exactly where it always has, at least since the adoption of the Constitution, in Congress. But it's understandable to see why this issue may be muddy for some people today, as the executive branch was given more and more authority to act on its own when it came to negotiation. But remember, negotiation is not legislation, and Congress reserves the ultimate power of the purse when it comes to American taxation and negotiation when it comes to foreign relations. The president acts only as a figurehead, an agent or a representative of Congress in these affairs, and that's precisely how our founders had envisioned it. Okay, that is something. That is something about tariffs.